had a very stupid snake story from my youth, and by my youth I mean when I was like way too old. I was like 16. I don't know how I was this dumb, but one time I remember when I was younger, I was in my bed, and I felt like this like long, slender object, like because you know like you have the comforter and then you have like a thin linen sheet and then you're on the bed.
Yeah.
Like in between the linen sheet and the comforter, I felt like this long, very, very firm shape. And I was like, I'm gonna investigate it. But then and I guess in my mind of anxiety, I thought, what if it's a snake?
Yep.
And
it's the next logical thought.
yeah, and like usually you can talk yourself out of these like types. It's clearly not a snake, but every other option was just superseded by. But what if it is? What if it is a snake?
What if it turns out to be a snake?
Yeah. What if I stick my hand in there and a snake just fucking
bites back?
Yeah. So I remember after several hours of debating and just being hunched over this, because at this point I'm standing off the bed. I'm like looking at the sheets, just like trying.
Can you see the firm shape?
I can see the firm shape
when you're looking at.
I can see the firm. Yeah, it was not long enough to be a snake, but maybe it was just like protruding out of a specific area,
Yeah.
And in that moment I'm like, okay, well, I don't have time to leave. What if I lose track of it? My brother's sleeping in the adjacent bed. I could have woken up my brother, but I decided not to because we weren't in the best relationship at that point. Where if I woke him up, he'd just be like, yeah, snake, I got it.
Fuck?
Yeah, he'd just be upset about it, probably. And then eventually I'm like, okay, I have to kill it somehow right here, right now. So
If I don't kill this thing now.
I jut forward, I grab it, and I start bending it like all over. I'm like, a snake has to have a spine or something that I can, break.
There has to be something for me to break.
Yeah, so I just start mangling this thing like aggressively. Like it's by the end of how much I've been mangling it, there's just this mauled piece of pulp in my bed. I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's gotta be dead. It's gotta be dead. And at that point, I peel back the covers, and there's just this super fucked up piece of celery. And I'm looking at it just dumbfounded, like, what? and at this point, I actually went to my brother. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then he's like, oh yeah, I put this celery in your bed earlier.
Little midnight snack.
Because I didn't finish it, and I just thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny? And I remember,
Funny it was.
I remember just explaining to him the story. He's like, you're a fucking idiot. Why the fuck would there be a snake in your bed?
I like the idea of you in active combat with a piece of bed celery.
It's just this mangled piece of pulp by the end of it. It's just so fucked up. It's just... I will say though, no matter what scenario I ran through my head, if it's like, oh, it's not a snake, what if it is? At no point I'm like, what if it's just a piece of celery?